I'm here at Zion Riverside Food Centre to visit the famous 18 Zion Road Fried Kway Teow in search of the best Char Kway Teow in Singapore. We love to talk accolades when it comes to food. Michelin Bib Gourmand? Check. Newspaper articles and all the random stickers? Check. Covered by all major food blogs? Check. But today, 18 Zion Road Fried Kway Teow has an accolade that might be the best that I've ever seen. Amongst their fan base is our very own Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. And to prove it, the hawker was invited to PM Lee's swear-in ceremony back in 2004. The fried kway teow was so good that arguably the most powerful man in the country had to invite you to the most important ceremony of his career. Just for today, I am not gonna manage expectations. Let's get it, boys and girls. Yeah, $5 one. Thank you. The queue was pretty long for 3 PM on a weekday afternoon. I had about 8 people in front of me, each with small orders, and it took nearly half an hour. They don't have the beeper thing, so you'll have to stay in queue. Also, they have these stanchions at the ready for peak periods, which are honestly such a flex. Anyway, thank you. Oh, finally. They must be the nicest hawkers that I've ever come across. So they spotted me when I was like way back in the queue, and then they signaled me to come forward, offered to let me take B-roll of the cooking process. I normally don't do this because it's very disruptive to a hawker. Inside the kitchen is already very warm, very stuffy, and inside a hawker stall, there's very little space to stand. Everything is already optimized in that little square, and a cameraman is not supposed to be there. You might think they are nice to me because I'm carrying a camera, but if you go and read the Google reviews, it's quite common to see reviews praising their service. And when people are nice to you, it's very hard not to be at least a little bit biased towards the food. Anyway. Oh my. I get it. I get it now. I was editing the previous episode, I realized that I jumped a few steps. I haven't quite explained what Char Kway Teow is. Char Kway Teow is usually made using a combination of flat rice noodles, or kway teow, with yellow noodles. With the flat rice noodles, you are able to get a very nice caramelization, very nice browning because of the increased surface area of the noodle. So that's where it can exhibit wok hei. But the other pillar is this dark soya sauce, which is the heartbeat of the dish. There is this sweet, complex, nuanced umami of dark soya sauce that is elevated when you fry it in a wok. The combination of these two, the charred noodles and the soya sauce, already makes for a great dish. But then you throw in all the different twists so that the flavor doesn't get boring. Things like bean sprout, Chinese chives, lap cheong, which is a dried Chinese sausage. It's kind of like salami for those of you from the other side of the world. And most importantly of all, blood cockles, or what we call si ham. And this plate has everything. What I really like is the density of ingredients. Like with each mouthful, when you bite on the crunchy bean sprout, when you bite on the Chinese chives, when you bite on the ham, it's just so fun to eat. The plate was, by the way, no shot this is a $5 plate. They probably gave me more. But going through the whole plate, I didn't feel unentertained even for a second. The proportion of ingredients to noodles is perfect. And a second hit is, they use pork lard. Now there is a trend of hawkers switching to vegetable oil instead of using lard for health reasons, which in my opinion is insane. Yes, vegetable oil has like 30% less calories for the same amount, but you give up so much flavor. Like a plate of noodles fried with lard versus a plate of noodles fried with vegetable oil. It's like the difference between using butter for your toast and green tea. The fragrance of lard is just dominating. Overall, just really delicious. I get it. I get it. If I ever become Prime Minister, I will invite them as well. I have just one miss. I think the noodles are overcooked. If you look at it, you can see that the kway teow has broken up. The yellow noodles as well has been broken up. And the whole thing is just very pasty, which suggests that there's an excess amount of starch being released due to overcooking. At the end of the meal, you can see the plate has all these starch stains to it, which messes with the texture that you want to have in Char Kway Teow. Because of the starch, the oiliness is not showing. The noodles don't have that slightly oily finish, and also don't have the bounce to them. This is not to say that they are overly mashed. I just think it's 10-15% overcooked, which goes to show that Char Kway Teow is a scale dish, or what we call Kung Fu Cai. Every ingredient in Char Kway Teow is fresh and raw. There is no 6 hours stock behind it, there is no marination, there is nowhere else to get your flavor from. Every flavor that you create has to be in the here and now. How you work the heat in the wok defines everything. How every single ingredient is cooked, how much wok hei you are able to impart. I would say it's probably one of the highest skill cap dishes in the local hawker scene. A skill cap so high that even a master might have an off plate every now and then. 1 noodle I'll walk for the Char Kway Teow, 2 noodles I'll take a bus for the Char Kway Teow, and 3 noodles I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the Char Kway Teow. N18 Zion Road fried kway teow is 2 noodles. Oh, this is such a harsh 2 noodles. They have so much right. Flavor wise, right, I think they are perfect. Like for me not to get even a slight bit uninterested through such a huge plate of noodles. Really tasty and well balanced. But the texture of fried kway teow is so important. That slightly oily finish to the noodles but still light so that you don't feel sick after eating too much. The way it feels like you can inhale the noodles is something that I really like in Char Kway Teow. Not to mention that I also want to be biased because they are so nice to me. Can I go back on my work? Can I put 3 noodles now? No, I'm sticking with it. A very very high 2 noodles. That might just be a 3 noodles at the end of the series. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!